My name is Marie Hyland, and along with Professor Catherine Comiskey, we are evaluating a school-based substance use prevention programme through the development of a theory-based logic model. We're with Trinity College, but I'd also just like at this stage to acknowledge both Dr. Aisling Sheehan and Katie Dunphy's contribution to developing this logic model. So Know the Score is a substance use prevention programme. It is taught to senior year students in transition year, 5th year and 6th year, so 15 to 18 years of age. The aim of the programme was to educate young people around substance use and to give them more and more informed and conscious decisions around their alcohol and other substances. So our main research aim was to conduct an impact evaluation and also a process evaluation of this programme called Know the Score. The impact evaluation involved a survey questionnaire with young people in schools, transition year students. So it was a quantitative longitudinal study over 3 different time points. So we collect baseline data, then the intervention was delivered, and there was a data collection after that. And then also 6 months on from that, we intend to collect data as well. But our preliminary aim initially was to develop a logic model to guide the implementation and the choice of relevant outcomes for the programme's evaluation. So that was a really important part. And I was delighted to see actually Professor Niamh Fitzgerald this morning mentioning logic models also in her recommendations. So what we did was initially to set up, so retrospectively we looked at doing a logic model. We wanted to develop what sort of outcomes we needed to measure. So we contacted the steering committee. We spoke to the stakeholders and we spoke to the original programme designers. And this helped us develop a logic model to guide the implementation and the choice of relevant outcomes for the Know the Score programme. It gave us a visual depiction of what we were hoping to do, and it gave us a clear roadmap. And there was huge benefits out of doing this exercise. First of all, we sort of developed a common language with all the stakeholders involved. It provided a very credible framework to work from. We could all work from, all these stakeholders. And it gave us a great learning opportunity to learn more about the actual programme itself, and the programme designers, their initial thoughts on it and what they'd hoped for it, and also what was actually happening within the schools currently. So we were able to explicitly then document the intended outcomes that we hoped to measure. And by doing that, we identified important variables to measure, which gave a more effective evaluation. So this is just a lightning look at a logic model because we don't have time here today, but we just see we have kind of our short-term outcomes and our long-term outcomes up there. So it's just to show you basically how we laid it out on both the process and the impact and the process evaluation. The process evaluation then on that side of things, what we hope to do is we hope to conduct semi-structured interviews with teachers, principals and parents to understand on the implementation side of the programme as well and how they're faring out. So for some of our preliminary findings then, what's happening at the moment is teachers can download the resource online. It's a really good manualised programme. But what happens is they have a choice of either downloading it and teaching the students if they wish. They have an option of going online and doing a 2-hour programme, a training programme, or they can register and they can do a 1-day programme. So what we did for the evaluation, we have 16 schools on board and we asked those to come along, and the HSE put on 2 special training days for them. And these teachers came along and we realised by listening to the teachers, what happens is often it's SPHE, this module is part of the SPHE curriculum. And for SPHE, it is not an exam topic. So often you have teachers who predominantly maybe teach maths or English or Irish, and they're asked to take on SPHE as well. And they don't always have the confidence to deliver these programs. So but by attending the 1-day training, it offered them that confidence to be able to talk to students about substance use, about their alcohol use. And it's difficult because they're discouraged to talk about their own experiences. They're discouraged to talk about the students' experiences. So it's difficult for them, and they're often landed with the subject to teach. And it's not, they come back maybe in September and it's on their curriculum to teach. We also found that in some schools what they do is it's the form teacher, because they know the students slightly better, they ask the form teachers to teach this particular SPHE module as well. So the importance of training and that one-day training, we can see how valid it is for them to give them that confidence. The program itself is really good in a sense that we learned this through doing the logic model also, is that it has, it's very interactive. It has lots of worksheets, and it offers the student lots of variety. And we're talking about senior students, we're talking about 16, 17 and 18-year-olds. So it offers them lots and lots of advice on how to treat emergencies. We're not asking them to stop drinking alcohol. We're giving them the tools to be able to communicate well and how to conduct themselves in a manner that keeps them safe. So that was part of our research. Also, what we've discovered is that a mapping exercise probably needs to be done, because we're not aware at the moment how many schools have taken up on the program, how many took part in the training, how many took part in the 2-hour training online. So a mapping exercise will give us a really good indication to how young people, how their education and substance use is happening for them across schools in Ireland. So that's really important as well. So just to say, by actually taking that step backward and retrospectively looking at the logic model, it gave us that opportunity to get all our ducks in a row. And we hope that this research will help to inform and to strengthen the development of strategies for effective implementation and scale up of school-based substance use prevention programs and resources into the future. Thank you.